Welcome TimeBeat Breaking News Channel. Here are our breaking news today.
1. Under political pressures, the U.S. will hold indirect talks with Iran about a nuclear agreement. 2. In New York, the COVID-19 vaccine is now available to people aged 16 and over.
Under political pressures, the U.S. will hold indirect talks with Iran about a nuclear agreement. On Tuesday, the Biden administration will take part in high-stakes multilateral talks that could decide the fate of the Iran nuclear agreement. While direct talks between the U.S. and Iran are unlikely, both countries will send diplomats to Vienna for talks mediated by a top European Union official and other parties to the 2015 agreement, including France, China, and Russia. In 2018, former President Donald Trump pulled out of the agreement and reimposed crippling sanctions on Iran, claiming that his maximum pressure policy would push Iran to strike a wider deal. Iran, on the other hand, has rebuffed Trump's entreaties, and despite an uptick in U.S.-Iran tensions, Tehran has begun to violate the deal's restrictions on nuclear enrichment. President Joe Biden has confirmed that he will return to the agreement if Iran returns to compliance. However, for months, Washington and Tehran have been at odds about who should take the first move. The target of Tuesday's talks, according to Iran's top diplomat, Foreign Minister Javad Zarif, is to rapidly finalize sanction lifting and nuclear steps for choreographed elimination of all sanctions, followed by Iran ceasing remedial measures. Although Biden administration officials have downplayed the possibility of swift change, Tuesday's talks in Vienna could entail crafting a path back into enforcement. The primary focus on Tuesday, according to Ned Price, the State Department's chief spokesman, will be to decide what measures Iran will need to take to return to compliance and what sanctions the U.S. will need to lift in exchange. Price stated that the U.S. remains open to direct talks with Iran, but that for the time being, the talks will take place in working groups formed by the EU with other deal parties, including Iran.
New York. In New York, the COVID-19 vaccine is now available to people aged 16 and over. Starting Tuesday, New Yorkers over the age of 16 will be eligible to sign up for COVID-19 vaccines, marking a substantial expansion of coverage as the state aims to immunize as many residents as possible. Last week, Governor Andrew Cuomo extended eligibility to people aged 30 and up, as well as announcing that people aged 16 to 29 will be eligible beginning April 6. Teenagers aged 16 and 17 will only be able to get the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, since it is the only one that has been approved for use for those under the age of 18. Vaccinations for 16 and 17-year-olds will require parental permission, with certain exceptions, such as for teenagers who are married or guardians. For people under the age of 16, none of the available vaccines have yet been licensed. According to the Federal Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about 1 in every 5 New York State residents was completely vaccinated against COVID-19 as of Monday. A little more than a third of the people in the state had received at least one dose of vaccine. The new vaccine guidelines add 1.7 million people to the list of registered New Yorkers, bringing the total to 15.9 million, according to the state health department officials said.
Thank you for watching. We help you stay up to date all the news hourly. Please subscribe our channel to follow up the latest one.